Hello, everybody.
Hello. Many blessings.
Welcome to our show, ladies and gentlemen. We hope that you can take in as much as we have to share with you. The topic of the day is always going to be empaths, but there's more to it because how do empaths recharge themselves? Now, a lot of people are different. They charge themselves in a quiet area. Is there more? Let's dive into it. Let's talk about crystals today
Yes.
and the benefits that they have. Miss Lizzie, I know you have a list of crystals that you're going to share with us. Let's get into it.
All right. Well, the first set I have, there are 5 crystals, and they're going to be the crystals for love. So the first one is the red adventine.
The red aventurine.
Yes, thank you. It protects from negative energy for love, independence, leadership. It's associated also with the heart and root chakras. As you can see, the beautiful orangish color, the shiny, darkened spots.
Very good for recharging too. It's a beautiful crystal.
Yes.
Um, you can usually get an idea of which crystals draw you in the moment you come in contact with them. Um, Anytime you walk into a store and it's a holistic store, and the people are in tune with crystals and what they're selling, they will tell you many times. I don't know the percentage, but a high percent will tell you go to the one that you're drawn to.
Mm-hmm.
Read about it, learn how it can help you personally, and then you go from there. What's the next one?
The next one is the unikite.
Ooh, unikite. It's a very interesting crystal.
Yes.
The
S-
unikite.
So this one helps with patience, alleviates stress, helps with kindness, love, and balancing. The stone also helps with vision opening, the third eye, and scrying.
Kind of reminds me of like a dinosaur egg or something.
It does. Or a camouflage lizard or something.
You gotta have a sense of humor with these things too. We're
Yeah,
not uptight individuals when we talk about crystals or whatever we're talking about. You gotta have a sense of humor, people.
yes.
Um, what's your next crystal you got for everybody?
I got the red jasper.
I love the red jasper, and sometimes they tend to look a little bit different.
Yes.
Um, I think it's a little tough to find the red jasper, even in a holistic store.
Right.
But yeah,
So this one helps with love, luck, courage, protection, stabilizes your energy. It was used to staunch wounds and increase fertility.
nice. Anything else about the red jasper you could share with us? Don't be hesitating because, everybody wants to know where to look and where to find these crystals.
Well, some of these, the red jasper is sometimes you can find them. They're bright red and they got like white streaks. I kind of call it like the steak, where you got the red steak and then you got that white, you know.
Yeah, that's what I always that's what I always noticed about them is that that's exactly what it would look like.
Yes.
So yeah,
What they
look
can,
out for that particular look. If it's
right.
red with kind of like white stripes,
Yes.
then you'll know offhand. What's
Yes.
your next crystal?
Rose quartz. That's my favorite stone.
I think me too. Besides like the amethyst, the rose quartz would have to be my other favorite.
Yes. Well, this one helps with humanity, love, compassion, forgiveness, and happiness. The crystal also helps with unconditional love, boosts feelings of self love.
Cool. I like that. A lot of people are lacking self love. I think that's why they make so many changes. They feel like they gotta go get a tattoo. That'll make them happy. They feel
Those are
like they
the
gotta go get another piercing. That'll make them happy.
Well, those are the ones I'm drawn to. I have a lot of rose quartz stones. Those are just that I'm drawn to them for some reason.
And when we're drawn to them, it usually means we need more of it. We need
Yes.
what it represents. We need more of that in our life.
Mm-hmm.
And your next crystal.
White jade.
Oh, I like the white jade. Oh,
I know
wait. Isn't it like a?
looks like an egg sorta to
Yeah,
me.
it does.
And it enhances the energy of love. It calms feelings. Uh, Peacefulness is considered to be a lucky stone, whether it came to health, love, or business.
It's very attractive too. You've seen it
It
in
is.
like jewelry.
Yes, yes. And it looks
Love.
like it's got a little gold in it too.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're on a roll with these crystals. Real nice.
we
What's
are.
next?
So now let's do the crystals for protection.
Okay.
The first one would be the amethyst. It's usually
Oh, the lovely amethyst. Oh,
it's usually purple with white in it.
it's attractive.
It is. So this one helps energy protection, relaxing energy, and balance. It enhances to sharpen the spiritual visions and enlightenment. But to me, it kind of looks like a cluster of diamonds or
Yeah,
ice.
yeah. It's very attractive. A lot of people purchase amethyst,
Mm-hmm.
and amethyst again. It works with your crown chakra, and it's just an all around wonderful crystal to do any type of self healing with. Um,
Yes.
and that's exactly what empaths need. Empaths need different sources of re energizing. And sometimes we have to, it's good to look in places that are safe. Let's don't take that out of context. That we've never looked, especially if it's nature related. Listen, I'm popular. What do you want? Leave me alone. I'm in a show, hooker. I'm sorry. We have a sense of humor. We are
We
empaths.
do. We do.
What's your next crystal?
Um. Again. Let's do it. The for protection it shows the red jasper again, which we already went over. So let's do the snowflake obsidian.
But it's good. It's good. So if you happen to see something listed and that another crystal that has already been mentioned and is listed for another category, that's because it also has those properties that it can help you with.
Yes. So our next one would be snowflake obsidian.
Snowflake obsidian. Obsidian.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of obvious where it got its name.
Yes. So this one is helps with energy clearing, balancing, energy healing, easing anxiety. It helps the wearers see patterns in their own thoughts and behaviors.
It's very attractive. That's another attractive crystal. I'm
Yes.
always attracted to the snowflake obsidian. Every time I go into a shop, crystal shop, holistic healing, you'll find these crystals also when you've gone to science museums. And then if you found that you're drawn to certain ones, again, that's what we're talking about. The question is, why are you? It's not just because of the looks, it's how it makes you feel. It's the
Right.
energy that you are receiving from it.
Yes, indeed. So our next one I have is the smoky quartz.
Smoky quartz.
Yes.
Different types of quartz crystals, too, people.
Yes. So this one helps with grounding, protection, relieves fears, stress, and depression. It signifies stability and grounding. That's why it's called the grounding stone. Now, these
And you'll
stones also
feel it.
come in different shapes and sizes, and depending
Mm,
on the shapes and size, it also affects the person that has the stone.
right. You should get exactly what the crystal represents. You'll feel it. No questions asked, for sure.
Exactly. We ready for our next one?
Drop it.
Okay, leopard skin jasper.
The leopard skin jasper. It's kind of a very hard, difficult stone to find, but it looks just like a leopard. It looks just like a leopard, people. That's all I can tell you. Is it looks like a leopard.
So it clears insecurity and fears. It's a healing energy, helps with personal growth. It's a protection stone. It supports in personal growth endeavors and self healing. It brings harmonious vibrations to our aura and overcome weaknesses.
Beautiful.
Jasomni says I need that stone so badly. The uh OML. All right. So we ready for crystals for happiness. Everybody needs a bit of happiness.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So we have the black obsidian. Um, do we have that one?
Yeah, we
There we
have.
go.
Yeah. Beautiful.
That one's beautiful. Yes. It helps calm nerves, gives restful sleep, protection, and balance. It's powerful cleanser of the psychic smog created within your aura and strong psychic protection stone in itself. That
And
is
you
a
can even find these crystals
mm-hmm.
that you'll find that there's a health line that even speaks on healing crystals. And if you need to visit www.healthline.com and look up healing crystals 101, finding the right one for you, kind of like finding the right diet for you. Diet
Exactly.
according to your type.
There you go. So our next stone, Leonessa, is Amazonite.
Amazonite. Yeah, Amazon. It has the word Amazon in there. It's
It
beautiful.
does. It does. So this one clears negativity, reduces fears, calming, gives peace and harmony. It's said to bestow truth, honor, and integrity to its wearer.
I love it. You've seen it a lot, people, when you go to Tarpon Springs, Florida. And you'll see a lot of these crystals there too, like on bracelets. You'll see that one stone that has like the eye. All these things have meaning, and yes, they work. Don't play. Don't play with things you don't understand. Read up on it, please. That's what we're
Right.
trying to, we insist.
Exactly. Our next one is the blue Aventine.
Aventuring.
Thank you. It helps you feel safe and secure, gives courage, patience, and concentration. It allows us to hone our intuitive and psychic abilities. And I think that is, it looks like ice to me.
And a lot of times you'll find the blue aventurine like almost the same shape as the white jade, very rounded circle like an egg, and a little bit more dark blue, you know.
Hmm.
So
And then, of course, it covers the rose quartz that we went over previously. So this would help with happiness as well. Um, the next one we have is our sesame jasper.
yeah, the sesame jasper, I it was very difficult to find. I think there's a lot of crystals that are neglected
Yes. So this one says it absorbs negative energy, helps with balance, peace, wholeness, tranquility, nourishes and supports us in times of stress, bringing peace and wholeness.
Peace and wholeness.
Yes.
Amen to that, sister.
There you go. So Daniela says I'm gonna need that one. Oh, and she says, Amazonite is one of my favorites.
Yes, it's gorgeous. It also looks like the Blue Lagoon.
Hmm. So our last set that I have, our last set of five, is our crystals for success. Of course, we have another red jasper. That's the one that
Mm-hmm.
looks like red meat with the little white in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have our next stone is topaz.
It's a beautiful topaz. Is you find it in jewelry, earrings. Everybody buys it, and then they wonder why. It's very yellow, bright, bright yellow.
Yes. So it helps with soothing, motivation, strength, generosity, abundance, and leadership. It's joyful and rejuvenating stone, and it's helpful in the process of manifestation.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So if you are looking into purchasing crystals, you could all, but you don't know where to start. Read up on it. Read first, get that
Mm-hmm.
information, have fun. Go to your nearest holistic store, or you can shop online at holistic stores. They have them online also,
Mm-hmm.
and purchase what you feel you need, what you're drawn to. But read up on it.
Yes, read
Okay.
up on. Yes.
Now, one common belief is that crystals interact with the body's energy fields, also known as vibrational energy. The idea is that crystals can redirect and rechannel energy flow with their unique energetic vibrations, helping to unblock any areas of the body or energy field that have become stuck. There's like a wall up and you feel nothing.
Right.
And mind you, this comes in handy for mental health, spiritual health, physical health. When I say physical health, I do mean all areas of physical health. Okay? Take it from there. That's my PG way of saying it. That's my clean way of specifying that organs that probably didn't work before, they all of a sudden start working.
Yes.
Do you have any questions from the audience?
Jasami says I definitely need that.
And
And she's
not
laughing.
what I just said, people. I know the very last crystal that we was talking about, she likes, which was the topaz.
The topaz, yes.
Yes. Now what I said, people, the topaz. See, I
Yes.
got you, Jasami. I got you. I got you. I got you. So it's the question would be, do all empaths use crystals? No. Either for two reasons. One, they've just never thought about it. So because they never thought about it, and if they hear about it, they probably don't think they need it. Because the thing is about being an empath, we're really strong and firm about, we don't really need physical objects to do what we do. However, we do need assistance recharging.
Right.
We're sensitive. We could pick up on things, but we also need to recharge our batteries. And so if any empaths out there have never thought about crystals, because let's say you've been made to be afraid, like, oh, I'm not supposed to touch crystals. It's from the earth. You've already touched it. You use salt. That's you use salt, and the crystals actually do sweat. That's one way that you can tell it really is an authentic crystal, if it sweats. And it usually sweats when it is in certain temperatures. If it's too cold or too hot, it will sweat. They
Mm-hmm.
absorb negative energies in the air. That includes dust. So if you have, like, those salt rocks that you get from Walmart or whatever, they sell it at Walmart, people. Okay. So, and if you notice that it is sweating and all this water and liquids coming out, first of all, don't freak out. Don't freak out. But remove it, remove the salt crystal rock from, so that we're not starting a fire, because then you have to clean it. Um, Not too much water, but a wet rag will do
Mm,
just fine. And you know those little spray cans that you also could use for your computer to clean the keyboard? You could use
yes.
that. That's fine. It's just air with a little bit of moisture. But you want to dry that sucker afterwards. How you can recharge your crystals is in a full moon. During a full moon, it will recharge. You let your crystals sit by your window in a spot where that full moon is touching that area of the table, and the crystals will recharge. Another way to recharge some of the crystals, not all of them, is to have it sitting in water. Particularly, like if we're talking rose quartz, certain crystals, you want to have them sort of like as though the crystal is back in its original environment
Mm-hmm.
from before it was hacked out.
Mm-hmm.
If you're into science, you know how crystals are formed, because of sudden coolness. Then all of a from extreme heat, then all of a sudden the crystal is formed. It's from the earth. So we're meant to find ways from the earth to help us survive. The earth supplies us with everything that we need, supplies us with food, shelter, clothes,
Right.
and recharging our energy.
Well, Jasami says, "Oh yeah, I've heard some recharge in salt water."
Yes, this is true. Because if you've ever taken a crystal like rose quartz, or if we're talking smoky quartz, a lot of the quartz, and you put it to your tongue and you're like, it's got salt on it. Yes. Not the white jade will not be that way unless it's like cut rough. The rough cutted crystals tend to have more salt. You'll taste it.
Daniela says, "I heard moon water in itself could help with recharging crystals."
Yes. If you let it sit in a little bowl of water, not over flooding, but a little bit of water, and you let it recharge under a full moon, it will recharge,
Mm-hmm.
and it works beautifully. And this is all natural. Like, how people say, "Oh, I'm all about natural." Really, really. Well, good. If you haven't heard of this natural way to recharge your batteries, now you have one. Crystals, crystals.
Mm-hmm.
Because we get drained, empaths get drained, and we need a way to recharge our batteries. Crystals generate an electrical charge when compressed, and scientists estimate that if they were positioned on a 10-mile stretch of highway, they could generate enough electricity to power the city of Burbank, which has a population of more than 100,000.
And for those that say they don't do crystals, guess what? A diamond was a stone that they chipped and made into a diamond. So technically, those
Mm-hmm.
that say they don't do stones, they don't believe in stones, you wear it. You wear
Yeah.
diamonds.
Too late, people. Too late. It's late. You late. Every
Mm,
natural substance vibrates at a specific frequency as a result of atoms and molecules moving. The earth vibrates at 7.83 hertz, and crystals vibrate too, just the same, at a higher frequency of 32,768 hertz. Energy, people. We're talking energy. For electricity, and our bodies have electricity. We have electrical fields.
mm-hmm.
So when someone says, "I don't see how crystals would work and how it's going to recharge," it's okay. I'm gonna say it plainly. It's energy. I mean, they even used it to bring light.
Yeah. Well, Daniela says, and also are made of.
Say again, because it cut out.
Daniela says, and also gadgets are made of stones.
Gadgets. What kind of gadgets? What are we talking about?
Yeah, Daniela, what kind of gadgets are we talking about?
Oh, good one. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you. What you saying, Daniela? Yes, I got you, boo boo. I got you, sweetheart. Yes, I got her. I got her. I got her. Yeah, placing them on it, like she said, placing them on the full moon, soak them in water, but you could have like a little bowl, like I said, and put it in the water and then recharge the battery with full moon. You could bury them in the ground. Again, it has to do with the specific crystal. You're not going to take just any crystal and then put it in the ground. You have to look up where that crystal was originally found.
Oh, she says PCs, phones, the innards of those are made of
Oh
stone.
yeah, oh yeah, the phones. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what she's talking about. The phones, the phones, the phones. The specto gadget. Yeah, I got you. You can also give what's called a sound bath, which is like, when you take. This is what I've done. I've singing to your crystals, la 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 la, vibration, because sound is energy, and that's why if you've heard people say that they've gone to a session where they received healing. This one woman does it. She heals people with her voice, with singing. She'll sing certain hums, just like when you do Reiki,
Mm,
pada me when you do like everything has a meaning. And that the vibrations cause people's um certain areas in the brain to react.
right.
And then and it's amazing how it works, because of the especially when you say it yourself, you actually open a lot of your chest cavity, and then you're like, oh my god, I could breathe a little bit better when you go and you'll feel the vibration through your nose cavity right here, your nostril, all up in there, okay? And you'll feel it. So if you've never tried it, everybody just one time go I meant it. That means you too, Lizzie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You feel the vibration?
Yes.
It really helps. It really helps with, like, if you have a headache, just give a little hum. And when you hum, don't go like where like you're no, it's not it's actually hum. Like you gotta put some huh into it, like air into it. And just put your finger here so you can feel it. And you can feel the vibration.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get more into it after our quick commercial break, everybody. Stand by, because our commercials also remind you of some of the things that we've spoken about on previous episodes, plus what we're speaking about in this episode. I try to give you a little bit of everything, a little bit, a rundown. So stay tuned, everybody. Do not go anywhere. We want you to get the most out of every episode. We want you to hear about things you've never had a chance to hear about, because maybe it was deprived or somebody made you scared to even read up on it. So don't fear. This is a safe space. We love you.
We'll be right
Bless.
back.
Yes, yes. And many blessings. Hello, everybody. Hello,
Hey,
hello, hello. Welcome back. What's up?
yeah,
Yes. Told you we would be back
exactly. Can't
talking
leave you
more
there.
about the crystals. Yes, we won't leave you.
Mm-hmm.
Your eyes look like crystals too, Miss Liz.
Thank you.
They look like amethyst.
Yes, they're pixie purple today.
Yeah, and they also look like amethyst. That's
Mm.
a calling. Get your
Yeah.
amethyst.
Yes, yes, yes.
Time. It's time.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Have you ever thought about using crystals?
Um, you pretty much just the rose quartz. Those the ones I'm more um uh, uh attached to. I for some reason those are I'm just drawn to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are pretty, and it
Mm-hmm.
it does help with self love.
Yes.
Um, did you find any other crystals attractive and that maybe you can benefit from to recharge?
Um, I've I've used the red jasper before that looked like I call it steak, the red
The
one with the white
steak?
and
Yes.
yeah. So everybody will remember that one. That oh, that's the red steak one. Okay, yeah, it's red jasper. So yeah, I've used that one before, and to help stabilize, energy around me, and it makes me feel good. What have you used?
I've been using crystals for I think not 10 years just yet. I want to say a decade, but just about 8 years. And I wasn't as interested in using crystals until I started to see that I really couldn't run from crystals no matter how hard I tried because of Reiki, yoga, and all these other things. And I'm like, they're everywhere. The crystals are everywhere.
Right.
So then, and even uh, some spas, they use them. You'll lay down, and I took many courses on spas, how to treat my clients, if they need some energy, to they need to be re-energized, they need some confidence and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I but I use what I love to use is amethyst. I love to use it not just I think it's a huge misconception that it's only used for the crown chakra. It's not. um it's a feel good crystal, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I feel confident with this crystal. It's so I definitely feel like there's more that I'm gaining from the amethyst.
Right.
I'm really, really drawn, as we keep talking about it, the Amazonite
Mm-hmm.
crystal. Um, some of these crystals are hard to find because they're rare. The
Right.
snowflake crystal I do have, it's definitely I feel in my hands, like when I hold it in the palm of my right hand, I feel sort of energy going straight from my palm to my elbow.
Okay.
Um, so I think that I want to recharge my crystals again, just to, for the heck of it, and make sure that they're well charged. So I always look out for the next full moon. But those ones are I would say the amethyst and the snowflake. I know some people might assume I would say the tiger's eye. I like the tiger's eye. But if not used properly, or I don't really need it, right, then I'm wasting my time because I'm charged in those areas already. If I'm
Right.
blocked, then I go and I use them.
Right.
Um, you can to recharge your crystals, you can also burn incense and herbs over them. I use more of the incense than I do putting herbs on them because I just don't like the extra mess. Just sage my stuff and cleanse that sucker. Um, they say that you could use your breath to charge them. If you got bad breath, why would you want to use your breath? I think I just feel drawn to do the water, charging them under the moonlight. I don't want to put it under the ground to charge because, but for some it works better. And if you want, you could also have like a flower pot specifically for your crystals, where it doesn't even have plants, even though that helps recharge too. But the plant, if you notice, the plant gets a little affected. That's why, because it's giving its life force to the crystal. So let's not do that. Unless we're talking bamboo. Bamboo has a stronger lifespan and a longer lifespan.
Yes.
Connect them to your spirit guides. If you don't know who your spirit guides are, if number one, you don't believe in spirit guides, and number two, you don't know, you're not going to know who they are if you don't believe in them.
Right.
Actually, that's not true. Some people, they look up what's supposed to be their spirit guides, but they just don't believe in it. So if that doesn't speak to you, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're not going to benefit you recharging them using your spirit guides. That's why. And also, it's amazing how you can actually heat up your crystals for cooking. The same way that you can, and I'm not talking about all the crystals, not all the crystals.
Yeah, not all of them.
No, don't go start
Because
heating.
they might
Mess them
crack
up.
and break
They will,
and
right, that part. They will crack. But specifically, if we're talking about rose quartz specifically is safe to heat up. It got to be in the dirt, and then as you're heating it up, just like how you see on Naked and Afraid, they're always running low on wood supplies. Well, not that they would know where to find crystals, but if you know where to look and you're low on wood to burn, then you would find crystals, heat them suckers up, and it lasts longer than when you
yeah.
burn wood. And
Right.
if everywhere is wet and moist, well, wood's not going to do you any good. So therefore, crystals will help you in those worst case scenarios.
Exactly.
Survival, people, survival.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they hold the energy very well. Crystals tend to hold on to the energy they're exposed to.
Right.
Did you feel that when you were holding your rose quartz?
Yes.
Now, do we
I
have any
feel
questions from the audience when you're done?
uh no questions yet.
We got know-it-alls. Okay. People already know the answers. Fabulous. Well, for anybody who doesn't, crystals tend to hold on to the energy they're exposed to, which isn't always a good thing. If you have bad energy, that's what you're putting on the crystal. As modern mystic people, this one in particular, Imani Quinn, if I'm not butchering the name, explains if you're using a crystal for protection energy, for example, that stone is absorbing the energy it's protecting you from.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the crystals work. They will trap the very thing that's trying to hurt you.
Right.
Now it's in the crystal. You have to dispose of it. You have to empty it out. It's like
Right.
emptying the trash can. Same thing. Emptying the trash can.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's important to get rid of any negative energy your crystal has accumulated as needed. It needs to be refueled, just like our energy needs to be refueled by sleeping every night. Then this is directly from Quinn ads. You can find more of this information if you look into mindbodygreen.com. You'll find exactly what I'm speaking on. Part of changing your crystal is cleaning its energetic slate. Hence why some people refer to charging crystals as clearing them. Clearing the
Right.
air, same thing. From there, it's about filling your crystal back up. So now, once you've emptied out the crystal of the negative energy, then you have to refuel it with good energy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Often with grounding energy. So you're grounding yourself, you're grounding your crystal. You can hold the crystal and ground yourself, you ground your crystal. That comes from places in specifically nature. You go outside, you breathe the air, you're there, that part. The moon, the soil, water, etc. Anything from the earth.
Right.
How to pick the best method for charging. There's no shortage of crystal charging methods. So how you can know which to use for a particular crystal, according to Quinn, your best bet is to follow your intuition. And this is why you have to be highly intuitive, empath style. I think Quinn thinks that building an intuitive relationship is really important because there's an intimacy with your crystals, but that goes along with being empath. If you're an empath, you'll get that. It'll
Right.
be natural. You won't have to try for this. This is something that just comes from within. Adding that, it's all about empowering yourself to have that unique relationship. You'll have that relationship with your crystals, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not worshiping. So please do not get that confused. It's not, you're not worshiping crystals. You're using something scientific and what the earth already naturally gave you. You've studied how it can help you and you're using it. Um, the full moon is a powerful point in the lunar cycle, and it works wonders for clearing and charging your favorite crystals too.
Right.
All you have to do is place the crystal outside on the ground overnight on the night of the full moon, or you can also put it on a table as long as the moon is hitting it to charge it with lunar energy. Um, and this is you'll find something called Love and Light School of Crystal Therapy. You can Google that and look into it. It's a good read. It's always good to be educated on these kinds of things. For another moon related crystal charging option, Quinn suggests making your own moon water, kind of like what I've been just saying already about putting it in water. You can have salt, a little bit of salt in your water. Don't overdo it. No, don't be silly. You're not doing like the mermaid from Splash. She just needed extra salt because she's a mermaid. You can place your crystals in this lunar powered water for around an hour, or pour the moon water over your crystal. So moon water is specifically when you are taking water, pouring it during a full moon, and you're just lightly pouring it over your crystal. Again, be sure to only do this with stones that can tolerate getting wet, because some of the crystals you need to keep them dry. Bury them in the ground. It's also suggested burying your crystals to help clear and charge them. Dig a small hole where you would like to bury your stone, placing the soil you have removed into an earthenware pot or jar, like I had was touched on before. Bury the crystal in the soil within the pot or jar. Then lower the pot into the hole and cover it with the remaining soil. Your crystal, you can have just not too much water is what we really want to touch on. This will help charge your stone with the powerful properties of the ground it came from. So light water, not too much water when you put it in the ground. Give them a sound bath. Sound can be a powerful tool when it comes to shifting frequencies. And as such, it's a favorite of some people like Karen Frazier's. Again, you can look this up, author of Crystals for Healing. So you can Google Crystals for Healing and you'll find the author Karen Frazier's. She likes to place them in a singing bowl, the ones that you take with the gong and then you gong and it ding, ding, it makes the singing bowls. Everybody, they're big crystal singing bowls,
Yes.
and ring it. And that's another. So let's say you want to take your crystal, you have a specific singing bowl and put it in there. You can also use the method of water, a little bit, not all the way. You don't have to fill that cold crystal singing bowl up. Just a little bit of water. Put your crystal in there. Let the full moon touch it. Okay. If you are a fan of charging crystals with herbs or incense, to cleanse your stones by burning sacred herbs, pass your stones through the smoke, such as sage. So if you light your sage bundle and you take your crystal and you just kind of go like this, that would work. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which would specifically look like this. Give me 1 second. Just because you love me that much. You know, I love you too.
We love you.
So, saw my owls. If you saw my owls, be nice. My owl pajama pants. All right, so the most favored sage to use is white sage. I'm not even gonna emphasize on stuff being organic. We'll talk about that later. All right. White sage looks like this and sprinkles everywhere. Has a very unique smell. Smells a little bit like something funky, like a skunk. Okay, this doesn't smell like a skunk, but when you burn it, it does smell like. Can I say weed? Well, I just said it. Okay, so
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you take it, you light your sage bundle. This is not a sage stick. This is called a sage bundle. You light it, and you go just like this, and you let the fog, the smoke. Shut up. I mean, not you. Talking about anybody being stupid. The smoke go up and just pass it like this.
Right.
Okay, so that's one method. Um, Sweetgrass, Palo Santo. I do not have Palo Santo with me right now. Actually, no, I'm lying. Hold on. Yes, I do. Wait, do I? I usually do, but this time I don't. Dang that. That's okay. So Palo Santo looks like a piece of wood that's very beautiful. It looks like something that came from China, but it did not come from China specifically. Um, Palo Santo is Spanish. Okay, it means holy wood. That's
Okay.
exactly what it is. It's holy wood. So Palo Santo actually was blessed with holy water, and you can burn it, and it kind of goes off a lot. So every time you try to keep the Palo Santo wood lit, if it goes off, it's okay. It's supposed to do that. If you want to keep letting the smoke come up, just keep lighting it, and you can also pass it along your crystal, or you can use cedar, or you can use incense. Okay, I have a 7-pack 10 incense stick. Okay, look, I got one of these. Okay, these are my incense sticks, and as you can tell that what they're also used for. Sorry, this side chakras. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so the sandalwood, lavender, or jasmine for approximately 2 or 3 minutes. That will do, and you can just light it and leave it next to your crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can also use again salt, preferably sea salt. If we're going to
Yes.
be specific, it's got to be sea salt because again, it's more natural for charging your crystals. Simply place your stone in salt and let it sit overnight. You'll want to avoid this method with softer stones, like they're all like smooth. It doesn't work the same way, like the turquoise, opal, and calcite, which can scratch easily. For using your breath to charge your crystals, your breath can also be used for clearing crystals. Um, to clear a stone using your breath, you must first clear your mind of any outside thoughts. Then hold the crystal in one hand. Okay. Hold the crystal in one hand and breathe out forcefully while quickly waving your hand over the crystal. So it'd be like, you know, that's the best. I've never done that because that doesn't speak to me, but that's one way you could do it. So when I say blow hard, please don't be stupid. Just exhale deeply. That what that means. Exhale deeply. Connect them to your spirit guides. Okay, if you work with any spiritual guides or deities, you can connect your crystals with them. This also there's no end to this one.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, I use Jesus Christ because that's that powerful spirit guide. That's mine. Whether through prayer or meditation, you can take a moment to ask your guides to connect to your crystals and your intention for them. Your intentions are very important. Please make sure that your intentions are good, or else that's negative energy and you're putting it in there. A cleansing visualization. Um, Visualization technique to charge your stone. You just have to picture universal healing light filling your crystal up until the old energy has been dissolved. See the light expand until it surrounds the entire crystal, the stone, and fills your hands. Intend that all negativity be removed from the stone and dissolved. You're praying for it. Be specific. When you intuitively feel the stone has been cleared, you may stop the visualization. Tips to keep in mind: charging crystals doesn't have to be a complicated business. So, but if you're just getting started, here are some tips to keep in mind. Know whether your crystals can tolerate salt or water. A few common crystals that are fine with water are varieties of quartz, which we mentioned quartz,
Mm-hmm.
amethyst. I say agate, 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 moonstone, and citrine. When in doubt, opt for a different clearing technique. So if you find that it's just spiritually you can't connect with that option, you got to change it up.
Right.
Know which element the crystal is associated with. Look up the properties of each crystal, like I mentioned before. Okay, and see what they are rooted from, like where they came from, so that crystal in turn can feel like it's in a familiar atmosphere. Not that it's,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just like, again, it's energy related. Malachite is associated with earth. So charging it in the ground by burying it makes sense because crystals can pass through many hands before they wind up in yours. It's always a good idea to clear them as soon as you get them home from the shop. You never know what kind of energy they may be holding.
Very true.
Um, how often should you charge your crystals? There's really no like sure answer to this question, as it depends on what the crystals have been exposed to at a given time. So depending on what your crystal work you were doing, what you were making your crystal do for you, you might
Right.
have to charge it longer. Um, the more you learn about how to charge your crystals, that at that point you just have to use your own common sense, and intuitivity. Otherwise, if you're not intuitive, what are we doing this for? Um, so that if you may not take a shower on a day when you didn't do much, but if you worked out and broke a sweat, you want to take a shower. The same goes for crystals. I like showers all day every day, and I love my baths, specifically bubble baths. That's another way I recharge, my bubble baths. With that being said, you definitely want to give a new crystal a good clearing when you first get it. And from there, it's about gauging how much you've been using it, whether it's been exposed to negative energy and so on. It's certainly never a bad idea to give it a quick recharge after you've been using it so often. Everybody has a favorite crystal. Like you mentioned, you like rose quartz. Recharge it. Where should you store your crystals once they're charged? If they're not on display and you want to keep them somewhere safe, you can place your crystals in a small, soft pouch. That way, they'll avoid getting scratched or dusty.
Mm-hmm.
This also goes for if you have pendulums, same thing. Keep it in a pouch that's soft and thick and keeps the pendulum safe. Pendulums are made of crystals, they're crystals. Be particularly mindful of any sharp edges and pieces can break off if not around. They will break, they will shatter. Um,
And I would also advise don't have food when you're working with crystals, just in case a shard breaks off and then you eat it, and to keep food and crystals away from each other.
Yeah, keep it in your own like specific place. The bottom line, from giving you a new perspective, mood to fueling your creativity, there's a crystal to help out. But the longer we have crystals in our possession, the more energy they can get bogged down with. To make sure your stones are not holding on to any lingering negativity, clear them as needed. You may very well feel the difference afterwards. You will always feel the difference afterwards. That is true. So study, study, study on crystals. It really will benefit you, and it's all natural stuff. You have nothing to fear. You have nothing to be afraid of. You're not breaking any rules, no matter what your religious practice is. You go to science museums, same thing. You're going to encounter it one way or the other. Same
Yes.
way if you get sick. If you get sick around certain crystals, there's a reason.
Well, Leonessa, would you like me to do a one card draw?
Actually, the funny thing is we didn't even open with our card readings today, everybody, and I apologize for that. I'll go ahead with my card draw, and then you go ahead with yours.
Okay.
I apologize, everybody, for that. But I hope you got a lot out of the crystal work, and I hope it made you think about what you could also add to your personal space where you do some meditation and healing.
Yes.
Self-healing is importante.
And also earlier today, probably an hour or two before the show, I did a 6 card draw tarot reading. This evening, I will do a 6 card oracle reading and put it on the website. Let's Talk Empath for anybody that's interested in an oracle reading, a generalized oracle reading.
And you can tell them how many general card readings have you done so far?
I
That you can
believe
find.
on the website or in general.
No, that on the website that they can look up and find.
I've done well. If once I do the Oracle one, I believe it will be 3.
Good one.
Yeah.
And tell them why you decided to start adding this.
Well, because I know people in the meantime, they may need help, or something comes up, and since we're only, we come on Sundays, this would help them throughout the week, give them something else to look forward to, before our show.
Right. Um, okay, so then I hope that everybody takes a chance to go look up Let's Talk Empath on Facebook. You can find some of Lizzie's general card readings there. Today, I'm going to do a general card reading for you all, and so is Lizzie. This was for the opening, and I received Making New Friends, and it came to me reversed. Enough said. Sometimes it also calls for backing off, taking some time to yourself.
Mm.
It might be not time to make new friends with people because you need to be a little bit kinder to yourself. This is what the card looks like.
Oh, that's pretty.
And I'm using the Healing with the Fairies Oracle cards. Your circle of friends and acquaintances is shifting to a higher frequency. Old friends may part ways, and new people are entering your life. Your changing interests and priorities have made a ripple effect throughout your entire life. As your thoughts and emotions center on more spiritually natured topics, you are now attracting like minded people into your life. You may find that you aren't as drawn to your old friends or that you don't share as many common interests. The fairies ask you not to worry about these natural shifts in your life. You aren't rejecting or judging your old friends. You're just making room for growth and acknowledging the universal law of attraction. People who are like minded are naturally drawn to one another. Know that you deserve wonderful friends who inspire, support, understand, and compliment you. The affirmation for this card is I am grateful for my wonderful, supportive, and loving friends that I do have. And I want to say that I am. Lizzie, you're one of them.
Oh, thank you. So were you.
feel so blushy. No, it's rouge. No, I'm blushing. It's okay.
Mhm. Well, I pulled the Ace of Wands reversed.
Just put it towards your nose
Yeah,
so
it's
that.
not working today.
Oh, it's gonna work. Dang it! I need to see the card. I want to look at it. Look to your
Uh,
face.
there we go.
Ah, there we go. There we go. There we go. We got it. Very good.
Okay. Okay. So it's a hand with a hand coming out of a cloud, and the staff is upside down.
Mm-hmm.
So you may have feel lethargy, mental dullness. You feel overwhelmed, and you're focused on too many commitments right now. Um, Things will work out. You just got to give it a little bit of time for yourself. And remember, material possessions and material things don't always make you happy. So the staff also that the hand is holding is shaking off leaves, is shaking off the old things. So just know that there are some things that's going to leave your life, and it's for a reason, because those things are not going to make you happy anymore. Find what makes you happy. Start new. Make a new normal for yourself.
Same for the people. And
Y-
so we just pulled making new friends and the Ace of Wands.
yes.
And it's very interesting how they complement each other. They support one each other. So
Yes.
again, let them know where they can find you so that they can listen to your general reading on Facebook.
Yes, go when you go to facebook.com / let's talk empath. I will be doing a reading on there using the oracle cards, 6 card draw.
Awesome. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in to Let's
Yes.
Talk Empath with your girl, Leeonessa, and
Lizzie,
we love you. We thank you so much for your support. Tune
yes,
in
we
next
do.
time for Let's Talk Empath.
Next Sunday,
Blessings!
many blessings.